Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremonial squad and the Tyne and Wear Fire and Rescue Service pipers. Colleagues, I'll do the introduction in a minute, but for anybody who thinks they got away with Paul Header, the Chief of Northumberland Fire and Rescue, just walked in, who promised me he's going to translate tonight, so I think you made it in under the wire, Paul, so thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, friends, guests, anybody else who's happened to make it into the room, welcome to the UKRO Challenge 2021, the Festival of Rescue here on Tyneside. We're delighted to welcome you here tonight. My name is Peter Heath. I'm the Deputy Chief Fire Officer for Tyne and Wear Fire Rescue Service, inverted commas, warm-up act for the rest that are going to come. My job's tonight to try and keep us on time, try and keep us on track, and get us through what I know will be a fantastic opening event, and get to the main part, which is the captain's briefings, and then we can move on to tomorrow, where the real fun starts, and hopefully we'll have a fantastic time. Folks, bear with me for a minute. There is some domestics to go through, so as is standard at these events, we aren't planning any fire alarms or any farm tests, so if the alarm does go, we will have to evacuate, and for the benefit of Jason, you can leave by that exit or these exits. Done? Happy with that? If you need to use the toilets or WCs, they are out to the doors on the left here, so please feel free to move around as you need to. Equally, if you feel the need, you're online, the hashtag Festival of Rescue and obviously the UKRO website, I encourage you to get on there and highlight the event. It's a fantastic event, bringing the Fire and Rescue Service together with all our sponsors and partners, and it would be good if we could promote that for all the good work they do in support of us. Folks, before I move on to work through the speakers and introduce the speakers, I'm not going to work through them, I'll introduce the speakers. I'd like to formally say welcome, and we're going to play a short video to get us kicked off for tonight. So here we go, ready. We're going to have a fantastic weekend, and moving on tonight, could I ask you to welcome the Chair of the United Kingdom Rescue Organisation, Neil Oden, up to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Chief Officer, General Director, Chairman of the National Fire Chiefs Council, ladies and gentlemen, it's a huge honour to be here tonight on behalf of the United Kingdom Rescue Organisation, and it's so nice to see so many of you here after what has been a really difficult few years. So, what a beautiful setting. I'll come back to that in a second. We're very lucky to be here. We're very lucky the sun seems to be shining. Before I go too much into what I want to talk to you about, I want to say a huge thank you to you for making the efforts to take part in this. I don't think I've ever seen such a full room at opening ceremony. Normally, you're at the bar still, trying to get in here. But it's great to see you all here. And Also, a huge thank you to our sponsors, without who we could not run this event. There is too many to name, but we'll get over this over the next few days to make sure all our sponsors are recognised and thanked. But can I say, on behalf of UKRO, Tyne & Wear Fire and Rescue Service, and the whole Fire and Rescue Service sector, thank you for your support during this great event. Round of applause, please. So I want to start with a theme of irony. I set out this morning to fly from Southampton to come up to this lovely city. And my flight didn't take off because of the fog. And you can't help but notice that the fog on a Tyne thing should be here and not in Southampton. That was my first bit of irony that hit me this morning. But instead, I've got the great train here, which is also delayed in Surrey. So eventually we got here. So I'm delighted to be here, and it's fantastic to see, as I said, so many of you here. Can I give a very warm welcome to Paul Schroeder from the World Rescue Organisation, who will say a few words in a little while. Paul is the what did I say earlier? Sorry, forgive me, Paul. The General Director of Luxembourg Fire and Rescue Corporation. So lovely to see you here, Paul, and I hope we'll hear from you shortly as well. So can I say a massive thank you to Tyne & Wear Fire and Rescue Service, to Chris Loud and his fantastic team. Round of applause now, please, ladies and gents. With such a small amount of time from when we got the go from government around restrictions being lifted and the ability to run an event like this team has really pulled the stops out. It gives me great faith and hope for people, the great community of Tyne & Wear, that they are in safe hands with this team. My team, the UKRO, have also been working hard behind the scenes, but it's been lovely to work with such a powerful team. Thank you to you all for making this a possibility. Now, you'd expect, I want to say a bit about United Kingdom Rescue Organisation before I pass over to others to talk about the event and the things you're going to take part in. An organisation, a charity, which believes in the things I know you all believe in. And being in such fantastic surroundings and with such fantastic history here with our Viking background in this area, of course, with a name like mine, you'd expect me to sort of at least preach from our fantastic Viking sagas of the past. But instead, I like to draw my incentives, my knowledge, my wisdom from the great Winnie the Pooh. And who said, the only way we can survive and look forward into organisations and make them work, he didn't say that, but that's my word. But he said, pay attention to where you're going, because without realising it, you might end up getting nowhere. Now, I think that's something really true of fire and rescue services. We're not very careful. It's also true of lots of organisations, but it's particularly true of a charity like United Kingdom Rescue Organisation that thrives on passion and drive like all of you in this room. So the danger of not setting a direction and realising where you're going is you end up getting nowhere. Now, I'm thrilled this year that the board of UKRO have been really busy despite the obvious restrictions we've had. And we've been working on a business plan. Everyone's got to love a business plan. You know how much you all love a business plan. And the objectives are here if you should care to have a look at them. I shall test you with them over the next 3 days, and perhaps we'll do a quiz at the end. Business plans. The Academy, our UKRO Academy, still thrives and is doing some fantastic work. We've launched a new global directorate to keep delivering the international work we do and working closely with the World Rescue Organisation also. We've appointed our first UKRO training provider, so really branching and pushing forward what we believe in as our charitable objectives. And obviously we've been working with the IFE. I know that, I think Steve Ham's here tonight. IFE for approved training provider, and indeed the CPD for you as practitioners, taking part in the things you do to develop your professional development and to show your prowess on the incident ground. So I don't intend to say too much more because I'm looking forward to the next few days in what will be almost certainly a fantastic challenge. So I will leave you with, yet again, a bit of pearl of wisdom from the great Winnie the Pooh. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is mystery in more ways than one. But today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Enjoy your challenge. Take part with all your efforts and energy. And I really look forward to seeing how you do over the next few days. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. Before I invite the next speaker up, I've never claimed to be clever, so I should have said at the start that we're streaming live on UKRO, Facebook and Twitter, so this event is being streamed live for this, so apologies. I should have mentioned that at the start. And before I invite Paul up to speak, just picking up on a point that Neil made there about that professionalism and the ability to learn and grow together. I was told tonight that there was a fairly serious road traffic collision on the central motorway in Newcastle tonight, and the first folk on scene, I believe, were the West Mids extrication team who are on their way in, so feel free to give yourselves a name check if you're in tonight, but they're obviously a humble bunch. I'll ask Phil to big you up, but my understanding is they got out, they helped to do a bit of casualty management and stabilise things till the crews came along and were able to take forward the extrication. So I think it's testament to that professionalism you see across the fire and rescue service. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to invite Mr. Paul Schroeder, the Chair of the World Rescue Organisation, up to the podium. Paul, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, dear friends, first I want to apologize for my English, but when your deputy fire chief officer needs translations, then I think I shouldn't worry. The second thing is, when I came here, I was also thinking of preparing a speech, but with my walk through Newcastle this afternoon with Chris Laughter, your chief, he said the speech has come from the heart, and so my speech is on this page, and I will just profit from the moment to thank Neil Odin for inviting me to come here. For me, it was very important to be here after this long period of COVID, which all of us impacted us very much in our personal and professional lives, and of course also on the work we're doing with UKRO, WRO, and all the national organizations. And I think you all agree with me that, and I look into your faces all the day today, that everyone was smiling, and I think that is what we needed, to gather again and to come together to share experience and to have good moments together. For myself, it's the first time I took office on the 1st of January 2020, so it's the first time I have the occasion to speak as a WRO chair in front of an audience. I'm very honored to do that here in the UK in front of you, one of the founding members of the WRO and a very important pillar for our organization. I also want to congratulate all the persons that are involved in the organization of this event, and I think you already planned the event for last year, so you had to mobilize again to do it, and I think you're all happy that you could do it, and I also congratulate your chief that he pushed forward to maintain the event, and I think that's a thing to do, and so congratulations, and I'm sure that will be a great event that we will all participate. Let me say some words about WRO. I also could now speak about the business plan of the WRO, but I agree that if you are in an organization, you need to know what you want. And WRO was an organization known to organize a World Rescue event each year, and I think with the executive we agreed that this is not sufficient and that we need to have activity all over the year, that we need to improve our work, that we want to also to provide training, development, so that we get more people on board on what we are doing, getting new countries on board. Last year we had our virtual AGM, and we managed to get new member countries on board of WRO, the first Asian country with Taiwan, and that's the way we want to continue. And it's my ambition and the ambition of the whole executive to continue in this direction. And I invite all of you to participate in that work, and we did call for people to work with us in the different working groups, and I also very pleased that we had many responses and also responses from the UK, and thank you very much for that. Miami, I have to say a word about Miami. Miami should have taken place in 2020, and of course everyone understood that that wouldn't be possible. So we all expected that, okay, in a year from now, everything will return to normal and we will all gather again in Miami in 2021. We decided to push back all the events for 1 year. But then in January, Miami informed us that they had to cancel again due to the situation that they were not able to organize the World Rescue Challenge 2021. So also in the executive, we discussed about the situation, and we also all agreed that it would not be possible to have no event for a second year in a row. So we decided to try something very new. So we will try a virtual World Rescue Challenge, which will take place on the 27th and 28th or 26th and 27th of November. We have a very short time frame to organize all that, but I'm sure that we will arrive to put together this event. We have very dedicated people working on that, and I can assure you that that will be a very innovative challenge that you have never seen before. We will offer you an extrication or road traffic collision simulation with the XVR simulation software. Probably people here in the room know that software. And we will also do a human drones trauma challenge. I will not tell you more about that for the moment, but check our social media over the next week and you will find out what the human drones trauma challenge will be. So I welcome all of you to participate in that. There will be teams from the different member organizations that will be invited to participate in that event. And also, of course, everyone can follow this challenge online. And the World Rescue Challenge is 2 elements. It's the challenge elements with the training, the competition, but it's also the meeting of the people. So we also, beside the challenge element, we also wanted to have a place where the people could meet again. So through United Kingdom Rescue Organization, there has been or there will be a call for all the teams that have participated in a World Rescue Challenge in the past to produce a short, funny video to put on our internet site that we will put up for this virtual event to say hello to the other teams around the world. And there will be also discussion forums so you can exchange with your colleague from all over the world until we will meet again next year. And I promise that we will meet again next year. And I'm very glad to announce, and you know it, that the event will be in Luxembourg. So I welcome you already today in Luxembourg. I know that the winners from this year's challenge will be qualified for the event in Luxembourg. So some of you will have the opportunity to come to Luxembourg. And I gave one order to my organizational team, that is to have a nice big after COVID party at the closing ceremony. So so you have to be good in this challenge to be at the party next year. Last word is we need your support. I said it for the work, the World Rescue Organization. It's not only a committee, it's all of you. We all produce the work of this organization, and without you, the organization is nothing. So take part in the organization on the event that we produce, on the videos and everything, and also to put that event together, we put a crowdfunding together on the GoFundMe page. So every small contribution will be welcomed, and it will go to this event, and so I hope that you will support this event. So that said, to close my speech, I want to wish good luck of all of the teams, and also, of course, have fun in this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Paul. And for anyone who didn't get the dates, the 26th, 27th of November for the World Rescue Organisation event, and I'm sure you'll be able to find details of that if you go online and search for it. So thank you, Paul. I'm going to hand to the next speaker in a minute. So you've had the international element through Paul and I, so now we're going to add the very local element. So can I welcome up, and my great pleasure to welcome up my Chief Fire Officer, Chris Lowther, to the stage. Thank you, Chris.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you're fitting well. So I never ever plan a speech. I haven't done for years, so I'm really interested to see what comes out of my mouth. I'll try and get to a point at some point. I'm going to take it through a little bit of history at Newcastle and Gateshead, because that's where we're primarily based. I'm going to welcome you formally. But first, it's Leslie's birthday, the day Leslie Rousseau's birthday. And seeing as so low in the room, I want to sing happy birthday to her. One round. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Leslie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Leslie. Happy birthday. So, I know some of you in the room. I hope to know all of you by the time you leave our area in a few days' time. If I see you walking around the UKRO site, you might hear us say 2 syllables. These 2 syllables mean, welcome to the Northeast. I hope you're well. I hope your family's well. I hope you're having a great time. The 2 syllables are and read. So I say to Harriet, it means all of that. So every time I see you, Harriet. There was I used to run service delivery when I was an SDO, area manager, and I knew every firefighter in our brigade by name. Now most of them are just Harriet, mate. Harriet. So a bit to do with age and a change in generations, so that's important. So welcome to my house, and I don't mean I literally live in this hotel. My lifestyle isn't that bad. Although it's a nice hotel, but you know, I'm the Alan Porridge. But welcome to my house. And when you're in my house, it's important that you note, you're not supposed to laugh till I tell jokes, man. That's not a joke. When you're in my house, it's important to note there's a couple of rules in my house, right? Normally, a rule is nobody takes anything out of my house, else they get that. But I want you to take away the best time you've had in the last couple of years. These faces I see in front of us, honestly, you make my heart burst. So many people, all fire, all coming together, all knowing what's about, all going to get stuck in. So you've got to take away the best time. Another thing about my house is you cannot upset my mum. My mum's coming on Saturday. So you've all got to be on your best behaviour, right? You cannot upset my mother because she's not only all about the bitch, she's rock hard. Right, so Newcastle Gateshead, So Newcastle's been here for about 10,000 years. There was an Iron Age hill fort where the current castle keepers. Newcastle itself was built by the son of William the Conqueror. The son of William the Conqueror came up, and I'm sorry, Graham, I'm sorry, Peter, he beat Malcolm of Scotland, and he beat King Egbert of Northumbria, and the conquest was over. So we've been ruled by, well, we were the Brigantes at first. That's the tribe that were here in the northeast, the Brigantes. And I'll tell you more about the Brigantes when I talk about Gateshead. So there was English people, or Old English people, then the Romans, then the Angles, and then the Norsemen, Neil, and some people I used to be related to quite some years ago. So 793, the Vikings came over and pretty much took over for a bit. Then, so we had, if we go back to 2,000 years ago, we had the Brigantes, right? So I talk about Gateshead now. So Gateshead's where I'm from. I'm from 2 miles up the road in a place called Felon, but it's called the Felon. Right? If anybody says they're from Felon, they're not from Felon. If somebody says I'm from the Felon, they're from the Felon. Right? It's called the Felon. So I'm born up there, and it's a place of great interest, which I recommend you don't go to at all in your time here. But the Felon, right? The Felon was where the Brigantes were based. And the road to Newcastle, which has always been here in various different sorts, it's sort of like quite an important place because you could get ships up the river and stuff. The road, there was 2 roads to Newcastle, and they were both windy roads through forests. And then the Romans came, right, and they had just getting all through Europe, and they'd done the whole place. They took everything. Then they met Gateshead. Then they may get the Brigantes. In the Brigantes Road, the Romans consistently sent centurions through the road to get Newcastle, and they never ever got to Newcastle. So Emperor Hadrian, who built the wall and sorted the place out, because they had Durham and they had Newcastle, and they had this Gateshead thing in between. So Emperor Hadrian went, right, we're having a road from Durham to Newcastle. It's called the Old Durham Road, and I was born at the top of it at the Queen of the Hospital. The rule for being a Geordie is that you've got to be able to see Newcastle on the River Tyne from where you're born, and I could. So I'm really, really proud from where I'm from. I'm proud of all of you. I'm proud of the Fire and Rescue Service, and I'm proud of what we're going to achieve this weekend. This weekend is going to be unforgettable. It's legacy stuff for all of us. I want every young kid who comes to see us over the weekend to leave either wanting to be a firefighter or wanting to be a positive, strong, committed adult when they get up, because there's too many distractions for kids now to be the opposite of that. Whatever's in all of you, I want you to, not literally, I want you to imprint on my area. And I want all of you to go away and remember Newcastle is a place you came in 2021. Yeah, that was a joke, so I'm glad you laughed at it. I want you to remember Newcastle, the place you came in 2021 and had one of the best times of your career. However long you've got in, however long you've got left, please remember this weekend. Put everything in and you'll get everything out. And when you're in my house, if you need anything, you ask any of us and you get what you need. Enjoy.
Thanks very much, Chris. I would usually try and find something smart to say, but there's no way, so I'll just leave it with passion, drive, commitment and humility in spade loads. Thanks very much, Chief. Folks, could I ask Neil Oden to come back to the podium, and we're going to go and introduce the teams. Neil, thank you.
We were just saying, who'd want to follow that? And no, it was me. Right, okay. So I'm now supposed to kind of generate some energy in the room to make sure you start welcoming the teams that are taking part today. I hope to do half a job that Chris just did. So really now it's your turn to recognise fellow competitors, fellow challenge competitors that are here today. To recognise you've seen each other before. Loving at the back of the room when I came in, the hugs and the exchanges that were happening of seeing each other again over the years you've been competing against each other. Some are here for the first time. Either way, you're making great friends, as Chris suggested. And I'm enjoying Chris's house already. Okay, so we'll get underway, and I'll announce teams as we go through. And on our large chair, we have got a camera facing backwards. Don't forget, we'll be streamed to the world. So, what you're doing now, everyone is seeing, including Chris's mum. So, let's make a big noise for each other as we go. All right, so, should we start the video? So, first of all, we have our first competitors. I want to meet the teams. I want a lot of noise. It's Humberside Fire and Rescue Service. You can stand up if you like. Our next competitors are Luxembourg. And then we have Hereford and Worcestershire. Hereford and Worcester even. Then we have Leicestershire. And then we have Lincolnshire. And the mighty LFB. That got you going, didn't it? And then we have Oxfordshire Fire and Rescue Service. And then we have Suffolk Fire and Rescue Service. Out towards the west somewhere, Cornwall Fire and Rescue Service. They're a long way from home. And then Cheshire Fire and Rescue Service. Where my train got stuck, Surrey Fire and Rescue Service. Let's hear it for Greater Manchester Fire and Rescue Service. And for the first time in a long time, North Wales Fire and Rescue Service. Welcome back. Here we have Buckinghamshire Fire and Rescue Service. East Sussex Fire and Rescue Service. I don't recognise this one, Hampshire and the Isle of Wight Fire and Rescue Service. Woo. Look at that badge. Here we have Durham and Darlington Fire and Rescue Service. And then we have West Midlands Fire and Rescue Service. Nice one. Pride so far. And then we have our last event's host, Derbyshire Fire and Rescue Service. And then we have Avon Fire and Rescue Service. That is a great badge. All the colours. And Merseyside Fire and Rescue Service. Somewhere called Northumberland Fire and Rescue Service. And South Wales. South Wales. That wasn't on my list. Welcome to South Wales. What's going to happen next then? Let's see what happens. Got the guesses now. Sonoware! So as I said earlier, massive good luck to everybody. Thank you for that introduction. I think you did well on that. I think Chris's mum will be proud. Thanks everybody. Back to you.
Thanks very much, Neil. There's clearly some energy in the room, and I dare say some people who are getting parched. So you'll be pleased to know we're getting towards the business end of tonight. So before I move to the final part, could I have one more speaker? So could I ask Steve North from UKRO to come up, who wants to say a few words? Steve.
Hi everyone, good evening, and I know you're dying to get to your captain's brief and pre-challenged beer, so I won't keep you too long there. So why I'm up here tonight? I'm on a mission here tonight on a recruiting mission for our assessors. So we're a little bit short in the extrication world these days for our assessors. If you could bring that one up. And this is where the areas we're looking in. So you can look there, we're across the board when we're looking for technical command assessors, medical assessors and interior medical assessors, otherwise known as casualties. So there's plenty of opportunity there. And the thing is, why I'm addressing you in this room is it's not exclusive to previous challenge competitors, but you are our best potential assessors out there. You've done it, you've studied the score sheets and the matrix, you've done the challenges, and you've sat in front of us assessors at the debrief. So, you know, there's no one better placed, in our opinion, than the people out there. Now, apologies to certain teams where I'm nicking a member off you, which I shouldn't be doing, but there you go. It's progression, and it's the way we need to go. I'm going to just ask for the next slide up there. So opportunities. So yes, you know, we're assessors. We're not hung in a cupboard and just come out for national, regional events. So you can see up there, there are other opportunities for you to progress from where you are at the moment in teams. So we've got the regional, national, and indeed the World Rescue Challenges. We've got overseas partners who often come to us and ask us to supply assessors for overseas challenges, so there's opportunities there. There's the International Development Projects, the IDPs, which we're very proud of. Cameron there heading out in the UKRO Global, and there's lots of opportunities there. Some of the countries, and I won't get them all in here, I know we won't, but you know, Ghana, Serbia, Ukraine, Moldova, Luxembourg indeed, Portugal, Ireland, and other areas, and more countries coming on board there. And it's something, like I say, we're very proud to do. So there are opportunities there for our assessors. And also lots of other projects and work streams going on in the background to improve the UKRO, so you really get yourself involved and make a real difference out there. So, you know, like I say, it's not just the dark side, as we're sometimes known. You know, there's some great things and good opportunities out there. So hopefully there'll be people out there thinking, could that be for me now? Is that my next progression? Then it certainly is. Just to finish off, there's my email address there. Please do use it. Come and let me know if you're a little bit interested. Come and see me in the pits. I'll be hanging around the extrication pits the whole weekend, or indeed just go up to any of our colleagues and they'll direct you in the right direction to come on board and become a UKRO assessor. We need to grow and we need you people. Thanks for your time.
Steve, thank you very much. And as you say, events like this can't happen without people who work in the background every day of the year, making sure that they can happen. So please, if it's for you, get in touch and that'd be cracking. Folks, just in closing tonight, can I thank all the speakers for the time? Can I thank all of you on behalf of the Chief Officer, on behalf of UKRO and Neil, for taking the time out of your diaries. It's been a hellish 18 months for most folk in society. But we're back. The Fire and Rescue Service is never down for long. We're up, we're out, and we're going to play. You're in the Chief's backyard. While you're up here, if you need anything at all, you ask us. If we haven't got it, we'll probably know somebody who does, or the Chief certainly will, that's for sure. So please do ask. You are here, and it will be our absolute pleasure to host you for the next 2 years. And I'm grateful to UKRO, and certainly there's too many to mention, but I will name check a couple of people. So Guy Goodman from UKRO, who has worked tireless on this, and I know there are many behind him, but too many to thank. And equally, John Pratt, who works for Tyne & Wear Fire and Rescue Service, who lulled back on the promise of, John, how do you fancy 3 days a week for a few weeks? Pretty easy job, should be okay. And I don't know how they've done it between them, but it's a phenomenal effort. And I know there are teams behind you, and you're not seeking the plaudits, but it's right, I think you deserve it. And could I ask you to show their appreciation? Folks, have an excellent time, have a fantastic evening, take it easy because it all starts tomorrow, and with that, could I ask the team captains and leads to stay in the room, and for the rest of you, thank you very much for your attendance tonight, have a great event, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you.